What's up, y'all? Talib Jasir, founder of Afros Audio Podcast Festival. You know, there's something that's really starting to piss me off. And it's black folks with platforms, large platforms, who seem to be obsessed with sharing their disdain for podcasts and men who podcast, people who podcast, specifically in our communities, specifically when it comes to us. I don't hear any other, and maybe it's because I don't follow them. I don't know what other people are talking about. I don't care. But I do because I am a part of this community that I'm in, Black American specifically. What is the issue? Like, what? You have a platform. Whatever your platform is, you have it. And there's this constant statement about, I woke up glad I didn't have a podcast this morning. I'm glad people need to stop having podcasts. If you just stop, people need to stop talking, stop buying mics and getting podcasts. I've seen this over like the last 2 years, and I'm like, mind your motherfucking business. If you don't have a podcast, if you don't want a podcast, don't have a podcast. But why are we constantly policing one another? It's the most weirdest thing that we are always the tool of our oppressors in this way. What is the point of saying that people who don't have a platform, people who are independent creators, independent thinkers, whoever they are, and it doesn't matter if you agree with them or don't agree with them. I hate anti-intellectualism as much as the next person. I hate somebody talking from their elbow or their neck just as much as the next person. But guess what I don't have to do? Listen to those podcasts. If you don't like it, don't pay attention to it. Pay attention to what you do like. Pay attention to things that you can offer and contribute to. Why the obsession with sharing, with telling people, discouraging people, policing people around their right to express themselves however they want? To me, it's like hip hop back in the day when the loudest folk, hip hop needs to go away, rap needs to go away, were these older black folks in Congress and in the government supporting white folks, telling us what we can and can't do with our own mouths, with our own voices, from our own experiences. In my opinion, if it exists in this world, if an experience exists in this world, then it gets to be represented, whatever that looks like. So this constant policing, this constant discouragement of people expressing themselves, we got to check in with that. That needs to be studied. And I want people to really, especially those, I'm not talking to anybody this doesn't apply to, but especially those folks, those black folks who already have a platform, who are already making their bread and sharing their stories, and people listen to them and people care about what they're saying. Why would you discourage people? Why would you police people around the things that they have to say? Don't pay attention to it. Pay attention to what you want to pay attention to. What is the point of that? That's a genuine question. It's, for me, one more day of me opening up one of these social media platforms and seeing someone that I actually respect, who has a platform, speak out and against folks who are simply wanting to express themselves in the same way that you express themselves. They might not be as polished. They might not be saying the right things, but who the fuck are you? Who are you to tell them what they can say and what they can't say? Like, it's got to be something that we examine, that in 2025, that we are still policing one another in the same ways that we are policed in our neighborhoods. It's insane. And I understand this whole socialized and constructed way that we have learned to be secondhand embarrassed by one another, that we have group thought and think that one person represents the whole. Let them represent who they represent. It's their experience. It's their story. It's their mind, whether it's not smart or not, again, it annoys me to no end. People who speak on politics who have no idea about politics. People who talk about relationships and never had a good one. People who give advice or offer opportunities with the sole purpose of their own come up or their own advancement. But okay. Podcasting is the only medium across any entertainment and news industry in this moment where anyone can purchase a mic, push record, and publish who they are, what they think about, what their experiences are, what they believe, anywhere in any industry right now where nobody says you can't or what you can and cannot say. Sure, that could be annoying and problematic in so many ways. But I guarantee you, those who listen to those folks are not your people anyway. So focus on the podcasts that are out there, that because they're out there. So while you're so busy distracted with the fact that you hate podcasts and you wish people didn't have a podcast, while you're so busy distracted from that, you're missing out on the podcast that would actually be informative, insightful, and move your own journey forward. Like, we need to stop. And I'm an advocate for this. I'm an advocate for our people. I'm also an advocate for our voices. And I'm an advocate for podcasting because this is the only medium in which we are laying our living record down without anyone else's permission and without any restrictions or regulation. What is wrong with that? Like, we gotta really have a conversation about why we are so intent on policing one another, why we are so intent on trying to look respectable in this world and being upset with stupid shit that's being said when you don't have to pay attention to stupid shit. Let the stupid shit people listen to the stupid shit stuff. There are plenty of podcasts out here that you could grow from, learn from. But you're not worried about that. You're worried about policing the next person. What is that about? It's starting to annoy me to no end. It's pissing me off. So, again, I've been in this work since 2017 when I started my first fiction podcast, audio fiction podcast. This industry has evolved, and so have the voices that have entered the space. And as long as we're discouraging people, you're just not only discouraging the folks who don't have anything to offer to the space, but you're also discouraging those who do. And that's not okay. So anybody who wants to start a podcast, please start your damn podcast. Don't worry about these people with platforms already who are trying to discourage you from starting yours. It's almost like that scarcity mentality. The more voices, the less attention on me. We got to think about the things that we are doing and saying as we assert these narratives that only make sense to those of us who recognize respectability politics, group thinking, and this belief that if this podcast is out here and it's loud and it's ignorant, that it represents you. It doesn't. It represents them people and the audience that they have. Stop. Stop it already.